Welcome back to Ask It Ball, where we are discussing Steven's question about video games. You know, how do you know if I'm doing something wrong? When does it become something wrong? And we said the first thing is you got to ask yourself, is it too much? Is it too much? Second thing we got to ask ourselves is this an idol? Is this an idol that I'm worshiping? What do you guys know about idols? Like, what is an idol in your mind? When you think of an idol, what's what you think of?
Something or someone actually that somebody puts above and before everything else.
Okay, very good. What else?
Something or like someone you look up to.
Okay, like a person who's your idol?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. If you look in the Bible, an idol is something created that is worshipped as the creator. Okay? So, for example, they would take, they would make a statue. For example, the Israelites in the wilderness, they made the golden calf. They literally, it's kind of crazy if you think about it. They made this thing and then said, this thing that we just made, this is God. You know, it's kind of crazy to think about, but that's what it is. And it's the same thing for us. When we put created things in the place of the creator. So if we make, this is a question you can ask yourself about video games, Netflix, whatever it is. Am I the master of this thing and I'm using it to serve a purpose for myself? Or is this thing the master of me and I have no control, I'm addicted to it, it's the boss and anything else goes on the side for Fortnite, What are some ways you think you could like be aware of yourself and be able to tell that, this thing is an idol for me, like I'm in trouble, this thing is an idol?
When it takes up too much to all your time.
Okay, it takes up too much or all your time?
Or when it takes time out of doing something else, especially when it's like praying or, my time with Jesus.
Yeah, 100%. Like if this thing is taking the place of something more important in your time, in your thoughts, in your cares, what you're saying is this thing is more important than this thing. You're saying, you know what they said when they made the golden calf? They said, and this happened another time, they said, behold your God who brought out, O Israel, who brought you out of Egypt. Like you're saying that this thing
that came after
God saved you from Egypt. This is really it. This is really God. And it's the same thing we do if we replace all of our time with God with this thing. We're saying, Mark, Stephen, Joseph, behold your God. This is now your God. I'm putting it up here. God in my time is down here. This thing is up here. So that's one way. What's another way we can tell if something has become an idol for us?
Maybe feel like you can't go a day without it.
Yeah, you can't go a day without it. It's just, if you're doing nothing for like 2 minutes, it's like, no, I need this. I have to do it. Yeah, I'll tell you a way is that I think probably happens a lot in families sometimes is if anything gets in the way between you and your idol, then it's like, if you're, back off. Yeah. Like, hey, this is my idol, relax. This is my religion. Don't get between me and my Fortnite. Yeah. If mama says, Habibi, you need to study. Mom, what are you talking about? I studied, no, I'm gonna play Fortnite, or I'm gonna like go hang out with my friends, or whatever it is, where if anybody kind of touches it and it's a sensitive topic for you, that means that kind of deep down like this is an idol. This is something that is in control of me and I'm not in control of it. That's something you got to ask yourselves all the time. Who's in control here? Am I using Fortnite to, this isn't all about Fortnite, we can use anything. Am I using Netflix so that I can, have a little bit of downtime, maybe so I can learn something new in a documentary, maybe I can, whatever it is. Am I using it to serve a purpose in my life? Or is it controlling me and I really have no control in the matter? Who's in control? Am I the master or is it the master? And that's how you can tell when something is an idol in your life. So first two questions we got to ask ourselves about video games, even if it's something that we think of as good, music, sports, reading, all of these things, we have to ask ourselves, number one, is it too much? Number two, is it an idol?